Today's AskReddit post. What's the best line you've heard someone respond to with "that's what she said"? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. I was in the hospital after having cancer surgery. The day before I was to go home, this group of residents came into my room. They were there to check certain things. While there, they removed 3 of the 6 drains I had. One of the drains was in my chest. It went across my chest. As one of the residents was pulling the drain out, a female resident says, "Dang, that's long." I wasn't expecting it to be that long. Immediately, this other female resident replies, "That's what she said." I'm glad your surgery went well, and I hope you're doing much better nowadays. I worked at Staples and an old lady came in to buy ink for her daughter. She told me she needed black ink in the double pack, but she couldn't find it and needed help. So I said, "Is she looking for the white or black one?" And the lady replied with yes. That's what she said. LMAO, the fact that it's prob unintentional makes it so much better. Aren't all "that's what she said" lines unintended? I was at a job interview and told them that I'm fine working all night if I'm paid for it. Boss hit me with a "that's what she said." Great company to work for. Was your boss Michael Scott? /Seden Limachilskat. I was at the entrance to a very busy hiking trail in peak tourist season, Johnson's Canyon, Banff. There are bear-proof garbage bins that have a little latch under a handle that you have to jiggle to open. A group of about 4 tourists were having an issue opening it when someone from a large group on the other side of them from me shouted, "You gotta shove a couple of fingers up there and wiggle them back and forth." I saw the opportunity and took it. Park ranger, the overlap between the smarter bears and the dumber humans can be pretty broad. It's not much to look at, but it's rock hard. Old karate instructor referring to his core belly. I couldn't resist. How was the coma? To shreds, you say? In 7th grade English class, we were reading out loud and came across the word insofar. Like, I will get my English homework completed insofar as I can. For most of the class this was the first time hearing that word, and one girl loudly said, "What the heck is insofar?" Exclamation mark. I replied with a "that's what she said," and it brought the house down. That was 30 years ago when "that's what she said" jokes were evolutionary. This is 100% true. Catholic high school, at Modern European History, taught by a nun. She was talking about the migration of a religious group called the Fuggers. Yes, we all know where this is headed, but she couldn't let it go. She said all the Fuggers picked up and left. Young Fuggers, old Fuggers, baby Fuggers, daddy Fuggers, asterisk. I didn't want to. I got a lot of detentions because I couldn't keep my mouth shut. I tried to choke it back, but I was weak. Alright, just stop, I'm bored. Alright, just stop, I'm bored. Title of your intercourse tape. Title of your intercourse tape. That's what she said. I was checking out at the convenience store, buying some Little Debbie's. The cashier reached out to scan it and said, "I need that cream pie." I had the decency to wait until I got outside before I said it. "You're better than me. You're than better me." Back in February, my wife and I were quite sick with a local bug that was going around. We lived off cough drops. I opened a pack and offered her one. She said, "I already have one in my mouth." Cue the standard response. Even while feel like complete garbage, we both busted a gut laughing at that one. It's in the Hall of Fame. Now that's true love. This happened about 15 years ago and not in the US. My friend had just picked up some hash, and my other friend asked about how the pickup went, and was answered. When he pulled it out, it just wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be bigger. The answer was, "That's what girlfriend's name said. I really like this one." That's what she said. Friend who is addicted to energy drinks was explaining to the D&D group that she's on new meds that make carbonation taste horrible. Then she picked up her can of Monster and said, "But I paid for this Monster, so I'm going to choke on it." My inner 15-year-old forced his way to the surface and mumbled "that's what she said" just loud enough to be heard by everyone. Probably to Pyramid. I was on it for a bit and anything with carbonation was flat/syrupy tasting. I'd still chug the occasional Red Bull anyways. In a restaurant at the end of a meal, as the server was walking up with the check, my mom said to my dad, "Hey, do you want to put your steak in my to-go box?" I said the line. The server turned around and left. "Did your parents leave without you?" Bro was put up for adoption after that one. I was playing billiards, landed 2 shots in a row, but fumbled the stick on my third one. When I asked for a do-over, my opponent said, "Sorry, you're already 2 balls deep." That's fkin hilarious. My girlfriend said there's 4 in there, and it's still not enough. Me and the boys all retort at the same time. That's what she said. Hilarious. I'm curious what your girlfriend's reaction was after this. I'm pretty sure I saw this on Pornhub. If you can get it up in the next 5 minutes, I'd be very interested to see it. Was gonna upvote, but it's at 69. Go ahead. It's safe now. If you take that out, you better put something else in. Context. I was teaching 8th grade and we were solving equations. I was giving examples and I said, "Okay, I'm gonna make this one a bit harder for you," and a kid blurted out, "That's what she said." I just laughed and said, "Knock it off." Which is proof positive that if you're genuinely funny, you can get away with a lot. My math teacher was teaching us, and he was always good about turning equations into dirty jokes. I asked him why once, and he said it was because we would remember them better. He was teaching hypotenuse over adjacent and his little rhyme was, "Some old hippie caught another old hippie tripping on acid." I don't remember the actual equation, because I don't use it in my daily life, but I do indeed remember the rhyme. The other math teacher, for the younger grades, caught wind of what he was doing, and wasn't happy about it though. Wanting money back for tickets they bought and didn't want. If you pull out now it won't make a difference. Every time you go that way you end up getting stuck and covered in mud. Guys that do anal are ducking assholes. I've heard anal's not all what it's cracked up to be. One time, while receiving in produce, my female production manager said sometimes these cucumbers are too small to be worth anything, and other times they are too big to fit in the box. My sister talking about some random food she tried. I didn't like the taste, but I liked the way it felt in my mouth. We were at the beach, and I heard her say this right when I came up from under the water. I popped up, said that's what she said, and went back under the water. My sister was dying laughing. My mom, who was out of the loop, responded with "That's what who said?" "This is just beautiful." I cackled. I was putting together a toy for my nephew and the pieces didn't feel like they were snapping together right. I said, "Huh, I thought it would go in further than that." Bill got me good. Nice one. My mom said you need to go faster while the 4 of us were eating dinner on holiday because I was taking so long to finish my food. I tried to hold it in, but I said that's what she said out of pure instinct. But to my surprise, everyone else laughed and I didn't get in trouble. I would like this, but it has 69. It's okay to upvote it now. My wife, last night, when I saw a spider on the back porch, she didn't wanna let me kill it. So I said, if he comes inside I'm going to scream. Insert support rod A into slot B. That's what if you say that's what she said one more time I'ma pop you. Og Family Guy. Gotta love it. I was in college and visiting a buddy at Univ of Wisconsin. I only knew him. He brought me to someone's surprise day party. Everyone is quiet and ready to surprise the day person. When some girl answers the phone and says no don't come yet, instinctively I responded that's what she said. Everyone was laughing when the day person came back and we missed our chance to yell surprise. Jajaja. Back in my smoking days, room full of folks taking turns loading bowls. Someone said, I don't even know whose load it is. My girlfriend at the time hit him with a, that's what she said. Bunch of stoners dying after that one. Most memorable one for me. I was burning a mix CD for my friend, and I said I'll put this in as soon as it's done burning. The original "Could you hurry up? I'm getting tired of holding this, can't be beat." My teacher: "Put your hand up and I'll come." How was detention? My wife saw a Christian meme that said, "Lord empty me of me, so I can be filled with you," on her friend's FB page. There's a church close to where I live, and its sign read, "Behold, I come quickly." There's a billboard near my hometown that has a picture of Jesus with his arms spread wide and he's saying, "I'm coming quickly." Inadvertent one. When I was on the engineering team, the director was a woman. My manager reported to her. While we were reviewing the candidate interview test, my manager said, "We need to make it harder." Completely innocently, my co-worker says, "That's what she said." There's no ducking way that shaft will fit in that hole. My sister was telling this long dramatic story about her boss at a family Christmas party. She finished off the story with, "The whole thing just left a bad taste in my mouth." Instantly I replied, "That's what she said," completely stealing the spotlight. Volleyball game in PE class, and this kid kept ducking every time the ball came near him. He finally says, "I don't like random balls flying toward my face." Probably 6 or 7 kids all said that's what she said. I want the big black one. We are talking about our art project, and my friend asked about the color and size of paper. I was complaining about some super old and stale cereal and said, "Tastes like the box it was in." My friend: I was serving soft serve ice cream, and it was coming out too soft. My ex was licking her ice cream and said, "It's so soft. Every time I lick it, it goes over there." That's what she said. One time my co-worker was pressing the elevator button over and over, and my other co-worker said, "It doesn't matter how many times you jab it, it's not gonna come any faster," and I hit him with it. It was small, but not as small as I thought it would be. Luke, at that speed, will you be able to pull out in time? Biggs from Star Wars, 1977. Look at the size of that thing. You came in that thing. You're braver than I thought. Basically anything in golf. It's in the hole. Get in there. Great shot. Right down the middle. Fuck. My boss to a coworker's 10-year-old kid: "Oh, are you here to apply for a job?" Kid: "No, my mom made me come." Boss, smirking to me: "That's what she said." Oh no. Every time I'm at a business and I whip out my CC and they say, "Just insert it and die," of course, respond with "That's what she said," and keep a straight face, calmly pay, and say "Have a good day" while they're in shock. My daughter opened a soda and tipped it up to drink too quickly, resulting in excess bubbles that burn. That came out so fast I nearly choked. I threw the line and she immediately turned and left and walked upstairs. Lol, I was like *GOTEMM***. Don't smell it if you want to eat it. This was in relation to pizza some coworkers got while I was working. I was getting back on the truck when I saw the pizza boxes. I picked one up asking if I could have a slice, and dude teed me up with that perfect line. Course he thought it smelled funny. It didn't. And it was delicious. You could have done that with half the wood. My brother, after he overheard my grandfather critiquing the building of a stability rail. I need to trim this bush so I can see when I'm pulling out. Friend driving out of his driveway. The final "That's What She Said" by Michael Scott of The Office is pretty great. Dwight on his wedding day after a surprise visit from Michael. "Michael, you came." Michael: "Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human." Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.